Let's bring in a member of the Trump transition team, Tulsi Gabbard. Just first, you've been a part of preparing President Trump for an upcoming debate. You've debated Kamala Harris. The bar was very low. This was very easy, very controlled, very little pushback. What did you see?
Well, first of all, I think let's just take a step back and look at the lead up to this massively hyped up interview. They've been hyping this up now for over a month. She's going to do a big interview before the end of the month. And so everyone was watching. We're looking, okay, what is this big interview going to be? Finally, Kamala Harris, after 39 days, Queen Kamala descends from her tower to come and talk to the little people. Yeah. And then what we saw made very clear what they've been trying to hide. She came across as very weak, insecure, clearly out of depth on any kind of issues, and not even knowing where she stands on different issues or frankly, what her plans are. And she came across as someone who's afraid. And what she's afraid of is that we, the people, will see what she's trying to hide, and that there will be this moment that the American people will be like that child that has the courage to say, hey, guys, the emperor's got no clothes on. And that's her. That's her right now. And that's what came across and I think has been made very clear. It'll be interesting to see now whether they stick with this strategy of trying to hide her or whether the American people are going to continue to see who Kamala Harris really is.
Well, that's right. What's the alternate strategy now? Because I really think this is a big moment in the campaign. So do the betting markets, by the way, which totally flipped in favor of Donald Trump after this aired. How do you play it? Do you hide her more and play into the caricature that she's not capable? Do you put her out there? But if you put her out there, then she has to actually answer questions, and the big debate's coming up. So where do they go next?
Who knows what they're going to do? I'm sure they're telling themselves and telling her that she did a good job. But I can tell you what the American people need to hear and they need to see from both candidates running for president is who are you? What do you stand for? What is your record? And what is your plan to solve what is so broken in this country? I've been traveling with President Trump across different states just over this past week alone, and I've seen him in real time talking with reporters, answering tough questions that have not been pre-vetted, answering questions from voters in the country, speaking about his record, speaking about issues. Voters deserve that from every candidate running for president, and they are not getting it from Kamala Harris. And I think we're seeing why, because she doesn't have anything to say.
No, it's a big moment, makes the debate even more significant. You're right in the middle of it. Tulsi Gabbard, thank you for joining us. Great insight.
Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.